You know how it's been really hot lately? Well, fun fact, it's going to get a lot worse. So let's take a minute and talk about tips to survive really intense heat, especially in tactical environments where we're wearing heavy kit. And, you know, we're going to be sweating. We are at a huge risk of heat stroke, which is undesirable. Stealing this graphic from our survival field cards, good info in there. More on that if you want to learn more about this sort of stuff. But so in hot weather, first thing, I think everybody understands, drink water. Make sure you are drinking a lot of water. This will both cool your core system down because it's a cooler thing that you are consuming, but also replace your fluids for what you're sweating out. Naturally as well, you want to make sure that you have electrolytes topped off. This is why a lot of people say in hot weather, don't forget to eat food. It's because food has electrolytes. I usually try to avoid eating a lot of food in hot weather because food is also a very thermogenic process. It creates heat inside your stomach and it requires a lot of water to go through digestion. So if you're hungry, by all means eat. But if you're not hungry, don't eat. It's better to have like electrolyte tablets like this that can be very, very effective at maintaining that electrolyte balance with the water you're drinking. Another thing you can do is make sure you have good clothing that enables convection, or at least modify your kit for it. The Army has this new hot weather uniform system, which is phenomenal. It's a super light fabric, and they switched to like buttons for all the different stuff, which facilitates airflow as opposed to the older zipper style. And that just, you know, if you've got other kit, you can, you know, cuff your sleeves, roll your sleeves, loosen everything so that as air passes through, it can kind of go through, and through the convection process, you can lose a lot of heat to the surrounding area if you can do that. If you're all buttoned up, sealed up, like wearing a full mop suit and everything, that's not going to be good. You need to make sure that the air can pass through and get that heat out of your system. Now, the last one we're going to talk about is evaporative cooling. And this is where I love this little technique. You use the handy, super high-tech kit version of wet rag. You take a wet rag like this, get it soaking wet. It doesn't have to be drinking water. It can just be a cool pool. And then you take this, and what you do is you wrap it around your wrist, just like that. And the process of this, naturally, you have blood vessels running around your wrist. You also do this around your neck, your forehead, where there's a lot of flow in your blood vessels. And the water will conduct the heat out of your body, and then the evaporative process will cool it down even further. So you have, as long as this stays wet, you have a really, really easy way to just suck the heat out of your system. And because it's on the blood vessels, that cooling effect is transferred to your entire body. I have at times had one wet rag on each wrist, then one on my neck, and one on my forehead. So a total of 4 wet rags total. And you just keep them wet and keep them wet, and it's very, very effective at keeping you cool long term. You can also take your hat, just completely soak it like I have here, because that will do the same effect of a wet bandana around your head. You can also take the wet rag, crush it up, throw it in your hat or your helmet, put that on, and the cool water will do the same effect of basically accelerating your sweating process and reduce your need to consume excessive amounts of water because you'll be able to stay cooler with that.